Welcome to Historical Repo, your home for the most captivating stories from our past. Today, we're diving into a story so immense it spans continents and centuries, a tale of conquest, power, and a legacy written not just in history books, but in the very DNA of humanity itself. We're talking about a man whose influence was so profound that even now, 800 years after his death, his mark can be found across the globe in the most personal way imaginable. This is the story of Genghis Khan, the man who didn't just father an empire, but according to some incredible scientific findings, may have fathered a significant portion of the modern world. Our story begins not with a mighty emperor, but with a boy named Temujin, born into the harsh, unforgiving landscape of the Mongolian steppe around the year 1162. Life for the nomadic tribes of this era was a constant struggle for survival, marked by shifting alliances, brutal betrayals, and endless conflict. Temujin's early life was a crucible of hardship. His father, a minor chieftain, was poisoned by a rival tribe, and his own family was cast out, abandoned to fend for themselves in the wilderness. They were forced to survive on wild fruits, roots, and whatever small creatures they could catch. This period of extreme adversity forged in Temujin an unbreakable will and a keen understanding of both human loyalty and treachery. He learned that in his world, strength was the only currency that truly mattered. Through sheer determination, charisma, and a genius for military strategy, Temujin began to unite the warring Mongol tribes under a single banner, a feat previously thought impossible. He did this through a combination of diplomacy, strategic marriages, and ruthless warfare. By 1206, he had accomplished his goal and was proclaimed Genghis Khan, the universal ruler of all the Mongols. This was not merely a change in title, it was the birth of an empire and a new world order. Under his leadership, the Mongol Empire would become the largest contiguous land empire in history, a colossal dominion stretching from the Pacific Ocean to the heart of Europe. Genghis Khan's military genius was unparalleled. His armies were a disciplined, mobile, and utterly devastating force. They moved with a speed and coordination that left their enemies perpetually off balance. The Khan's strategies were innovative, employing psychological warfare, sophisticated siege tactics, and a merit-based system of promotion that ensured the most capable commanders rose through the ranks, regardless of their lineage. He created a unified legal code known as the Yasa, which, among other things, promoted trade, established diplomatic immunity, and created a reliable postal system called the Yam. This system of relay stations allowed messages and goods to travel across the empire with astonishing speed, effectively connecting east and west like never before. The Mongol conquests were swift and often brutal, but in their wake, they established a period of relative peace and stability known as the Pax Mongolica, or Mongol Peace. For over a century, trade flourished along the Silk Road, and ideas, technologies, and cultures were exchanged across vast distances. This was the empire Genghis Khan built with strategy and steel. But his most enduring legacy might be something far more personal, something hidden within our very cells. This brings us to a groundbreaking genetic study published in 2003, a study that sent shockwaves through the worlds of history and science. A team of international geneticists was researching the Y chromosome, the part of our DNA that is passed down from father to son with very few changes over generations. By analyzing the Y chromosomes of men from different populations across Asia, they stumbled upon something extraordinary. They discovered a unique Y chromosome lineage that was unusually common, especially within the borders of the former Mongol Empire. This specific genetic marker was present in about 8% of the men in a large region of Asia, stretching from the Caspian Sea to the Pacific. When you do the math, that 8% translates to roughly 0.5% of the world's total male population. This means that an astonishing 1 in 200 men alive today could be carrying this specific Y chromosome. The researchers were faced with a fascinating puzzle. How could one man's lineage become so incredibly widespread in a relatively short period of human history? The lineage's origin was traced back to a single ancestor who lived in Mongolia approximately 1,000 years ago. The unique pattern of its spread, radiating out from Mongolia, perfectly matched the expansion of the Mongol Empire. The conclusion was as startling as it was compelling. The most likely candidate for this prolific ancestor was none other than Genghis Khan himself. How could this have happened? The answer lies in the unique combination of his immense power and the social customs of the time. As the Great Khan, he and his male descendants held unprecedented power and prestige. Genghis Khan and the ruling elite of the Mongol Empire had numerous wives and concubines, a practice common for powerful rulers of that era. After conquering a new territory, it was customary for the rulers and their sons to take many local women. This wasn't just about personal desire, it was a strategy for consolidating power, creating alliances, and ensuring the continuation of the ruling line. Genghis Khan himself was said to have fathered many children. His four main sons, Jochi, Chagatai, Ogedai, and Talyui, inherited vast portions of the empire. They, and their sons in turn, continued this practice. The Khan's grandsons, like Kublai Khan, who founded the Yuan dynasty in China, and Hulagu Khan, who conquered much of the Middle East, established their own powerful dynasties and fathered numerous offspring. This social structure, where a small group of related men held immense reproductive advantage over several generations, created the perfect conditions for a single Y-chromosome lineage to spread with explosive speed. Each successful conquest opened up new opportunities for the ruling male line to proliferate. The study proposed that the lineage wasn't just spread by Genghis Khan alone, but by his entire ruling dynasty. It was a dynastic expansion of a single genetic line, carried on the tide of imperial conquest. The sons and grandsons of the great Khan established themselves as rulers across Asia, and their descendants continued to rule for centuries, all the while passing down that same Y chromosome. It's a powerful illustration of how social power can directly translate into biological success on a massive scale. The lineage became a symbol of nobility and a link to the empire's founder. For generations, being a direct descendant of Genghis Khan conferred immense status and privilege, further ensuring the lineage's survival and propagation. So, while millions of other male lineages from that era have faded into obscurity, this one, backed by the might of an empire, flourished beyond all precedent. It's a stark reminder that history is not just a sequence of events, but a powerful force that shapes our very biology. The story of Genghis Khan is a testament to the fact that one individual's life can have consequences that ripple through time in ways they could never have imagined. He forged an empire of land, law, and trade, but he also, it seems, left a living, breathing legacy that walks the earth today. It's a fascinating thought that the founder of the Mongol Empire, a man who lived 800 years ago, could have a genetic connection to millions of people in the 21st century. His empire may have crumbled, but his lineage endures, a silent, biological testament to the man who fathered an empire. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey back in time. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, be sure to subscribe to Historical Repo and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next exploration into the captivating annals of history.